Hey you guys, so this video is going to be a very light and short review of my thoughts concerning blackwashing. So I decided to talk on this topic because I've just been seeing so much of it online concerning a post that I'm going to talk about. I'm still receiving responses on the tweet and whatnot, so we're just gonna get right into it. So, Twitter user Josh_S2604 uploaded a fan art of the mystery gang from Scooby-Doo. Then a now-deleted Twitter user, who I won't mention because they're deleted, quote retweeted the picture and traced their own fan art on top of the user Josh's. And then the icing on the cake was the, fixed it comment. And this topic always makes my head hurt. So let's talk about fan art. What is fan art? To speak generally, fan art as a term describes one's illustration of something that was not originally conceived by themselves. In fandom, fan art usually means it's an illustration of a character from some type of media. It might be a show, a movie, a book, etc. The fan art does not always have to match the original source material. Artists usually differentiate themselves from other illustrators by developing a personal and recognizable style. The artist will usually utilize their specific styles even when creating art of someone else's art. To introduce this topic, I'm going to talk about Chainsaw Man. Specifically, let's talk about Makima, the femme icon herself. Let's take a moment to appreciate her in all of her glory. Oh wow, I really like this. I wonder how the community depicts her. Let's see. That looks different, right? I mean, her boobs aren't usually that big and she doesn't look that mature in the manga, so why did they change her? Anyway, I was perusing Twitter as one does and came across this tweet made by user Crambini, where they state that Makima stands being gaslit by fan art will never not be funny to me. Acknowledging the fact that fan artists take it upon themselves to draw the character, Makima here, as they please. So in this specific case, fan artists like to draw Makima with a curvy body and large assets, well, good for them. I won't take that from them. That's their right, have at it. Now, user Crambini had quote retweeted a collage of tweets complaining that Makima had been changed or nerfed in the anime. Now, to be fair, these Makima fans did attach certain images where she had a curvy figure, yet 2 of these were color pages. If you read manga, you know that mangakas usually take special liberties for color pages, because it's meant to be fun for the fans. Color pages may sometimes include alternate universes, or just fun depiction of characters in general. For example, Naruto color pages. Here's some that I also really like from Haikyuu. Mangakas usually make color spreads for the sake of the fans, so you may find notes at the end of a chapter that says something like color pages coming next chapter celebration for whatever happened, or hope you guys are excited for the next chapter because it's gonna be a color page, So there's usually some type of warning to build up hype and excitement from the fans before a color page is even, released in that chapter or that next chapter per se. So to bring the point back home, color pages are not usually meant to be canon. Now, there are some cases where some are, like for example, this color page in this chapter of Naruto. It depicts Sasuke finally joining the war arc. Still, these practices usually depict some type of AU or non-canon art piece of the character. So, after all of that, I argue that these depictions of Makima in these presented color pages are meant to be fun and fan service and not necessarily serious or even canon depictions of her and her body. There's also this image that they use to defend her apparent curves, but it's just one random panel and not even how she's consistently drawn throughout the manga. Because Makima does not canonically look like this, these fan artists absolutely take liberties as artists and make their own headcanons for how they wish the character to look. And that's okay, because that's normal. That's what most artists do anyway. I think most anime fans would agree that it's normal to draw characters in alternate universes in different body types. Yet, all artists do not get that privilege or that allowance to draw characters as they see fit. Now we enter the blackwashing of it all. So what exactly even is blackwashing? Well, to first define blackwashing, we have to first define what whitewashing is. As a very brief overview, whitewashing occurs when creatives use whiteness to wash away, replace, or reuse art not originally meant to depict whiteness. The most recent newsworthy case of whitewashing occurred when Scarlett Johansson played Motoko Kusanagi in the Hollywood adaptation of Ghost in the Shell. What was the problem with that? If you're familiar with the drama surrounding that movie, you probably saw the post arguing that Japanese actors should be hired for these roles because they already have a difficult time finding roles in the first place. The problem does not only lie in the fact that Scarlett Johansson is a white woman playing a Japanese character, but also that Japanese actors do not usually get leading roles in Hollywood anyway. Now, this team wants to use a story made by a Japanese artist and they make the heroine white. It might just be easier to ask, why can't they just hire a Japanese actress and then call it a day? Well, most studios don't even think minority actors sell, especially in lead roles. As a brief example, I want to use To All the Boys I've Loved Before, written by Jenny Han. And in an interview with Teen Vogue, she described her experience in looking for studios to partner with for a film adaptation to what was already a bestseller. When asked by the interviewer, did you ever doubt that it was going to get made? She says, I did. I think that one of the biggest struggles with it was to find the right partners who would agree to cast an Asian American family and to have Laura Jean specifically be Asian. I think that oftentimes what people say is, we need an actress who will be able to greenlight a movie. And then later, the interviewer asks her, that's definitely something I was curious about with this film. On the Crazy Rich Asians press tour, author Kevin Kwan was talking about how a producer suggested that he change the lead to a white woman. Did that ever come up in a casting for this? Jenny Han answers that yes, not with the people who she ended up working with, but early on, the same thing happened to her. She says, to me, the most alarming part of it was that people didn't understand why there was an issue. I mentioned both Ghost in the Shell and To All the Boys because they exemplify what whitewashing means. Taking stories or roles or characters from a minority group, a group hardly present in American mainstream media and popular culture, taking from them what little representation they have. Why is representation important? And why do people care about it in the first place? I counter those questions with this one. Why does it matter to you that most or all characters are white in the media that you consume? Do note that these two examples do not even scratch the surface of what whitewashing in American history looks like at all. But anyway, now to really bring it back home, why do black artists depict anime characters as having brown skin or phenotypical African features? As we have established earlier in this video, people just like drawing shit that they're into and making their own take on it. There's a myriad of reasons an artist may choose to make what they make. These images of Makima don't receive any type of the same vitriol that black artists endure when they post their shit online. So blackwashing, what is it and is it respectful? Here's the irony of the situation. The term blackwashing in and of itself is an act of whitewashing. Blackwashing as a term simplifies black people's minority status and their political and social disadvantages throughout history and in the 21st century. Whitewashing isn't just about a light-skinned version of Nessa and some keyboard warrior responding with a fixed-it image. Whitewashing refers to a slew of issues regarding blackness, whiteness, and capitalism. In other words, you're just simplifying something you don't understand when you use a term like blackwashing. Even still, if I were to take this term serious, is it even ethical to make a Japanese character black? It's apparently not ethical for Scarlett Johansson to play Motoko Kusanagi, so why do black people want to have it both ways? Well, here's the thing. Most of the black artists making fan art do not have multi-million-dollar movie deals. These are sometimes minors making cute art and trying to have fun in online spaces. Black artists' fan art does not deny Japanese people jobs and careers because they posted a cute picture of Black Miku. The heart of the issue surrounding whitewashing rests on acts of erasure and the rejection of minority people's ability to participate in popular culture. The same capitalist market that demands these minority stories as entertainment do not want to see an Asian or black or brown person on their screen depicting these stories. So no, we don't even need to entertain the term blackwashing in the first place. And also, as a few final words I want to clarify, this artist was wrong for plagiarizing user Josh's work, not for drawing the new design. We don't like plagiarism either. Thank you guys for watching, and if you watched the whole video, extra thank you. And also please like, comment, or subscribe, all of that.